My name is Dwight. The white guy with the white hair. And it's white stuff around my lips called facial hair. How'd you spend your lockdown? I've been working on these podcasts. I ain't quite figured them out yet. There's been a couple different sites that I've signed up for and filled out the applications. Then you get so far and it's like, now what? Now, so I was kind of hoping to find a couple different people out there. This ain't no kind of a scam. Sign up, get your number, try to sell you stuff. It's just a private individual looking for a couple of the private individuals who are interested in doing some podcasts. I figured, a little bit of a group where you would have a little bit better opportunity to kind of do what we do. And biggest thing I'm running into is trying to talk to a TV screen and make it feel and seem real and not, goofy. It's hard for me to avoid that. But I've been playing guitar now since February of 2016. Last weekend of February. So February of 2021 would be 5 years. I got divorced 3-4 years ago after 22 years. I wanted to find something new. My old life was over. My new life wasn't working out. So I wanted something new. So I did something really rock and roll. Grabbed my duffel bag and my guitar and took off down the highway. Well, I lived in a small town southwest New Mexico. And even though you're no longer together, there's all these strings. Those strings seem like anchors. So I took off. When I got to Albuquerque, somebody suggested taking the rail runner up to Santa Fe. I thought the train ride through the desert would be pretty cool. I got down to the depot downtown Albuquerque. The guy saw my guitar and asked me if I was going to Santa Fe, and I said, yes, sir. He said, you're going to go up there and do some busking. So I had no idea what that is. He said, that's when they sit out there and play guitar on the sidewalks and people throw money into the hat. So I don't know nothing about that, but I'm definitely going to check into it. I got on that train and it began to well up in me that I was about to figure out and find something really amazing. I got off the train to Santa Fe and walked over to the plaza. When I walked in there, it was just a Saturday, no festivals or nothing. But the park was full of people and it was definitely a festival atmosphere. I met a musician from Brazil, met a few other musicians. Even though at the time, I've only been playing about 1.5 years, but more or less played with because I only knowed 2 songs and 3 chords. And I didn't play any of them very good. Next day I went and got my busker's permit. I was sitting out there on the sidewalk downtown Santa Fe at the plaza. And I started strumming my guitar. And nothing close to what I'm doing right now. Guy came up, threw $5 in my hat. First $5 bill I ever got. Busking. I had $2 before that. So I was giving away these little rocks that I collected. Emeralds, sapphires, rubies, aquamarines, and pearls. Sapphire. Did I say sapphire yet? Well, he threw that $5 bill in my hat, and I said, "Here, sir, thank you." And I handed him a nice little Herkimer diamond. He said, "Thank you," and walked away. They come back about 10 minutes later with a $100 bill. Hands it to me. He says, "Can I get another one of them for my wife?" I said, "Yes, sir." And I knew at that moment that busking was what I wanted to do. Although I was doing some urban camping there for 7 weeks. Every day I got up early in the morning, went out there to the plaza, had my coffee. Then late at night, I'd leave the plaza after almost everybody else is gone. Crawl into my hole and sleep. Now, some people may think that would be a really hard deal to deal with. But every day I got out there and played with different musicians, different genres. Someone playing 30, 40 years. And I'm sitting there playing next to them, learning what they're doing, seeing what they're doing. I knew that if I was paying for these lessons, I could never afford them. So I sat out there busking, making my $20, $30, $40 a day. Kept me in food and weed. I determined that that's what I was going to be. But I left Santa Fe because I had to make money. So I went one place and I made some money, come back to Santa Fe, blew that money. Went another place, made some money, come back to Santa Fe and blew that money. Last February, I was up in Colorado. And my van apparently hit a deer going down the road. I saw that sucker and he was coming across. He had stopped. And I said, "Stay stopped." And as soon as I said, "Stay stopped," he started running. And it's like weird is that had he just kept running without stopping, I would have cleared him. But because he hesitated, I smeared him. I carried him like 75 yards down the highway. But I do know now what it feels like to run over a dead body. However, that van was not only my transportation, it was my house. And with that totaled and no money, I figured I could be homeless in Santa Fe, or I could be homeless in Fort Lauderdale. Well, it was February. So I hawked my van, junked it rather, got my $200 and went and bought me a bus ticket to Fort Lauderdale. But like I said, it was at the end of February, right there at the end of Mardi Gras, and I'm coming through on the Greyhound. I had that COVID-19 long before I even got to Fort Lauderdale, and I'm probably the one that spread it around. But at the time, there was only like 5 people in the country supposed to have had it. So I would never guess that it was me. It was hard to breathe. And I got so damn weak. My duffel bag was probably 80, 90 pounds. And every time I lifted it, it felt like it was getting heavier and heavier to the point that I was having a hard time carrying it. And I thought it was the moisture in the air coming from the deserts going to the ocean. I thought it was just my clothes was taking on moisture, and that's why they were weighing so heavy, so being so heavy. So, out of desperation, I threw away probably 80% of my clothing and other weight stuff that was just too heavy. Now, the idea of getting to Fort Lauderdale was to stay at a homeless shelter, work a day labor. And Fort Lauderdale's my hometown, so having to be able to go back there and play on the Strip, which you don't need a permit or license, you just have to have, some common sense about you. So, if I was working, had a place to stay, and could play my music, that's really all I wanted. That's all I want. But there is no homeless shelters in Fort Lauderdale. I slept behind a condo on Los Olas Boulevard in a bush, clutching my guitar every night, fearful that I was going to get my throat slit for it. It was dangerous, it was scary, and I was sick with the COVID. Well, after 4 nights sleeping out there along the Strip, wasn't nothing like it was when I was a kid. I took off again. I didn't want to be hanging around there. It was too dangerous. I'm homeless, and the homeless people are scaring the hell out of me. So I hitchhiked up to Central Florida to a little flea market that I knew I'd be able to work there and play my music. Wasn't going to be as good as Fort Lauderdale financially wise, but it was better than nothing. That was my B plan. So I get there, and I start playing music and stuff like that, and all of a sudden they locked the state down. Fortunately, the produce stand there, Jack Waltz, appreciate you, let me sleep on the floor and kind of act as security for the place. And 2.5 months later,